Mario, once again, just a quick update on my counter for my pinball machine. I just got done building this, and well, I had it pretty much done before. I just added a few more logic circuitry here so that I can get this to stop the clock or inhibit the clock at 9,000 count. So using this last digit. I did a little manipulation here of the using the LED signals, and I added a little more circuitry so that it'll basically do that. So this is my setup here. Right now I have it connected to the sound board here. The triggers on the low side, so I have one of the outputs here for my board is triggers on the low side, and then the other one next to it triggers on the high side if I need to trigger something that requires a high signal, high 5 volt or ground. This one triggers on low signal or ground, and so that's how this is set up right here. So anytime I reset this, let me just go through the reset, assuming that this has reached 9,000 and it has inhibited my clock. This will reset both the clock inhibit as well as the reset on the chip. Pins number 2 is the inhibit button, and pins number 5 is the reset, count reset. So I just resetted that, and I just need a clock signal here. So let me grab my clock signal. It's coming from my 555 timer circuit. That's right there. So there you go. That's triggering my soundboard right here. Let me change this bumping sound here. There we go. That's a little more. It's a little more. So when this reaches that final count, let's say you're able to reach 9,999, about 10,000 points. This it's going to trigger a nice sound. It's going to create the excitement that you reach that point. I just have to find that sound and record it on this SD card, which is basically where this is taking the sounds from. So it's a very nice board here. Glad I got it. But let's say you reach. Let me see what other sounds do I have here. Let's try it. Let's use that sound. Okay, so let me reset this. Put my counter, my clock on this third chip here, so that I just reset it, so it's counting. So when that reaches 9,000 plus or minus, it should stop, inhibit the clock, trigger the sound. Stops the clock. No matter what you do here, you can try to trigger any of these signals here, clock signals for any count. These, by the way, are 3-pin connections that are going to be to sensors, infrared sensors or proximity sensors to trigger the count on this, depending where they're connected. But it doesn't do anything at that point until you hit the reset button here. So at that point, you're starting the game over. You reset everything, boom, kills the sound, and the game starts over again, and this starts accruing count here depending where the sensors are and what you're hitting on the pinball machine. But once it reaches 9,000, once again, whether this comes in first, whether you reach that 9 here, or whether you're sequencing this up to 9 via these other trigger points here. Once it reaches that, there's the sound right there. So that is my counter here. It's ready to be installed on this 3D printed case that I also recently printed. The connections here are either going to be individually through openings here on this box, or they're going to be connected just to one single connector that I can just securely and more permanently attach the cable that's going to go to the rest of the pinball machine for the sensors and all that stuff, to this board right here, and I can just disconnect it, keep everything modular, nice and clean. Once again, Mario with my Microflight. Stay tuned for the continuation of this project. Thanks for watching.